It has taken more than a decade for the California Firefighters Memorial to pass from a distant dream to the reality that we're about to unveil today. It carries the names of 855 men and women, 855 different stories, every one of them important to you, the firefighters, important to all of us as citizens of California.
To continue honoring our fallen brothers and sisters, we must expand the current memorial in a thoughtful and meaningful way. The Foundation has explored impactful ways to expand the memorial, including selecting the right designer that will honor the intention and original elements of the memorial. The Fallen Brothers statue was created by the late Jesus Romo, a noted artist and retired Sacramento City Battalion chief. His son, Adon, who is a public works artist and was present for the creation of the original memorial site, has been chosen to design the expansion.
The blessing that we've had with the Romo family to be so connected with this over 20 years. They're not just an engineering firm that we hired or an artist that we hired.
I can almost mark our family pre-memorial and post-memorial. It really was a changing point for us. It feels like I've been preparing for this moment my whole life.
Those two men, over the lifetime of this memorial, visualized that at some point we're going to have to expand it to add names, and they were thinking about it.
Adon took a chance, quite honestly. He showed us a design without any promises or anything. He's not a firefighter, but he grew up in a firefighter's family. He gets it.
I was moved beyond words, because not only does it capture the essence of, I think, what the memorial means to all of us, it also is a very thoughtful approach towards expansion and connection.
The memorial, for me, it had to be a home. To build a setting where people feel welcome, and there was a way to tell the meaningful, rich story of the fire service, particularly in California.
They already have one.
What you'll see in your packet is the actual design. That is the complete packet from one end to the other. That meeting was specifically focused on the construction contract, a little over $7 million. Had a really good opportunity to explain how we got here and where we're going with this construction. And I think it was very important for the board to be able to see that.
It's been about a year since I originally pitched the idea. Today was reintroducing the committee to that story, the meaning behind all this, and those small changes that we've done along the way to make it a richer experience.
Fortunately for us, Adon and Dale work amazingly well. They were able to present it in a way where somebody like me, who wasn't here when the first memorial opened, but it gave me such inspiration. I just can't wait for the new one to be able to say I was there. It's going to be life-changing.
You can see the design on paper or on a scale model, but it's really important to be able to come out here and physically to be able to say, okay, that sits here, this sits there. Where does that look like for the future? And how does that look like for the next memorial?
And when people come up here, our members, the families come up here and see the changes and see that they're incorporating, nothing's lost, but everything is added and expanded. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
Today we are breaking ground on the expansion of the California Firefighters Memorial. Currently, there are 1,527 names on this wall. With the addition of 35 names last year, we have filled the original wall. There's never going to be a year that goes by where we do not lose a California firefighter in the line of duty. That is why we're here today.
Today does mark a new chapter of the memorial Turner had the privilege of building 22 years ago. We are profoundly grateful to be entrusted with its expansion.
Having been involved and around from the beginning of this memorial and be able to be present at the unveiling in 2002 and then now to be involved in the groundbreaking is moving.
Thank you very much.
But the groundbreaking really was the end of the planning side, and now it's the beginning of the construction side. And that's a big step for us. Before we got too far along, we actually went into moving all the sculptures and all the statues, partly for safety and partly because they're physically moving sites. We really felt it was important that firefighters actually physically move the sculptures. They actually had to cut underneath those 1-inch stainless steel bolts to actually hold up all of the sculptures themselves. We used a crane and then we put them on a logistics truck and they went out to the logistics division.
Big day. Taking all the concrete out, it looks like a war zone here. It started raining. Kind of captures the mood. fallen brother, that sculpture encapsulates the whole spirit of this memorial. Now that that sculpture's been removed, this space is no longer a memorial until we come back and put that back in here.
There are actually 4 phases that will be associated with this construction site. We're hoping somewhere around late September that we'll have everything completed from phase 1. Hardscapes will be done, the landscapes will be in, but some of the sculptures won't be done, some of the 2-dimensional panels won't be in, and so those will take a little bit more time. So those will be phase 2, 3, and 4.
As we go forward, I think it's an important next step to honor our tradition and our history by working hard to make this expansion a reality. And I'm optimistic that today's firefighters will step up just like the firefighters from my generation did in the 90s and ensure that our memorial will be there long into the future.